standing in the name of Honorable Dr. Abednego Lamanjin Bandim, Honorable Member for Bunkorogu, to make a statement on the security situation and reported disappearance in Nakpanduri. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members of this House, I wish to bring to the urgent attention of this House a persistent security challenge that threatens the stability of the Bunkorogu Enclave in the Northeast region. Mr. Speaker, I refer to the recurrent pattern of unexplained disappearance within the Muok territory, a situation that requires immediate state intervention. Mr. Speaker, on Sunday, 25th January 2026, community stakeholders, the National Association of Bimoba, Moba, and Gruma reported the disappearance of yet another citizen in Nakpanduri. This recent incident is not an isolated event, but part of a documented trajectory. Records indicate that about 7 people have been missing since 2001 to 2026. Mr. Speaker, the absence of conclusive investigations into these cases has created a climate of uncertainty for the families involved. The lack of closure is a source of profound distress to the people of Nakpanduri. For the broader community, it fuels suspicion and strains social cohesion necessary for peace and development. Mr. Speaker, the latest disappearance must be viewed within the context of recent deterioration of security environment in the Northeast region. We note with concern that just 10 days prior to mid-January 2026, police barriers in the Nalergu and Dambada areas were set ablaze by unknown persons. Such attacks on security infrastructure suggest a growing boldness among criminals that compromises the safety of constituents. Furthermore, the topography of Nakpanduri, especially its cap, presents unique security challenges. Intelligence assessment have long indicated that the difficult terrain can be exploited by transnational criminal networks and extremist elements seeking sanctuary. It is imperative that our security architecture adopt to effectively meet the geography. Mr. Speaker, Article 13 of the 1992 Constitution guarantees the protection of life and personal liberty. The unresolved nature of these disappearances suggests a gap in our enforcement of these guarantees. Routine procedures have proven insufficient. A more rigorous intelligence-led approach is required. In light of this, I make the following specific demands. Mr. Speaker, to the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, I call upon the Commission to exercise its mandate under the Act 456 to conduct a preliminary investigations into these 7 cases. We require an independent assessment to determine if there has been a systemic failure in the state's duty to protect its citizens. And to the police administration, whilst we acknowledge the logistical constraints facing the service, the current situation demands specialized attention. I urge the Inspector General of Police to deploy a dedicated team, potentially the cold case unit, to the Northeast region to review the dockets of these missing persons. The families deserve definitive answers. And to the National Commission on Civic Education, NCC, leveraging the NOPRESIC project, I charge the Commission to intensify security awareness campaign in the Bunkurugu and Kwanduri district. It is vital that our citizens are empowered to report suspicious activities timely and without fear. Mr. Speaker, I appeal to our traditional authorities and the leadership of NACMAC, that is the Association of BMOBES, to support these states' efforts. As custodians of the land, your collaboration is essential in identifying and rooting out the internal actors who may be facilitating these crimes. The people of Nakwanduri and the Northeast region looks to the House and the state's assurance. We cannot allow a part of this country to become a zone of silence where citizens vanish without explanations. I urge this House to support the call for a thorough investigation and a robust security response to these matters. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity to make this statement. Thank you.
Honourable members, that's the statement on the security situation. At Nakwanduri, the floor is now open for comment on the statement. Yes, Honourable Peter Tobu-Lanchini, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, thank you so much for the opportunity to have a bite on a very important statement ably delivered by my good friend, Honourable MP for Bunkurugu, Dr. Abednego Bandem. Mr. Speaker, when we talk about security situation in that part of the country, it is instructive to note that this statement could not have come at the right time better than this. Mr. Speaker, anyone, irrespective of your gender, irrespective of your sex, your educational background or social standing, may become a missing person. And I'm saying this including even MPs. There are several reasons why people can get missing. And among them, Mr. Speaker, people voluntarily run away from their homes. It is very important for you to find people who have been overly tortured as a result of domestic violence, and they can leave home and never return. These days, it's even becoming very common that men are even tortured by their wives, and some of them voluntarily leave home and will never get back. Mr. Speaker, some people get missing because they are abducted, and that is a crime. Some get missing because they are kidnapped. That is a crime. Some get missing because they've been trafficked, and that is a crime. In fact, an organized crime, of course. Mr. Speaker, some people get missing as a result of health-related challenges, very particularly dementia. Your brain is no longer as effective as it used to be. You can walk out of your house and will never be able to make your way back, and you'll be deemed to have been missing. Honorable Speaker, armed conflict, and the maker of the statement got it right. In paragraph 4 of the statement, and if I'm permitted to read, he said, and I quote, "The latest disappearance must be viewed within the context of the recent situation of the security environment in the Northeast region. We note with concern that in mid-January 2026, police barriers in the Nalerigu and Gambaga areas were set ablaze by unknown persons." Of course, when you find an environment that is poisoned like this with insecurity, it is not strange for you to get missing. But he stated clearly that between the period of 2001 to 2026, that is a period of 25 years, quarter of a century, about 7 people have disappeared, and it appears to be a defined trajectory. And that has called the attention of the community, and because he represents them, he is drawing the attention of this House to do something about the situation. Mr. Speaker, there are people with suicidal thoughts who sometimes get missing, and if you are lucky, you find them dead somewhere. If you are not lucky, you will never find them again. Missing persons, the investigation of missing persons is a very complicated matter. And that is why in the year 2002, the Ghana Police Service found that it was an area of interest. So they established the Missing Persons Unit with people who are trained in that particular field, special to investigate that matter. Mr. Speaker, the maker of the statement requested the police to engage the Cold Cases Unit to assist in delving into this matter. And as much as I support that idea, I will further recommend that probably the Cold Cases Unit can be joined with the Missing Persons Unit for them to do a good job. Honorable Speaker, some recommendations by the maker of the statement include that the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice should do something about this particular matter. Ghana Police should get seriously involved. National Commission on for Civic Education should get involved. But I need to add that the Ghana Immigration Service, as it stands today, with our porous borders, should be brought into the picture. Intelligence agencies like the National Intelligence Bureau should be brought into the picture. And very importantly, the National Signals Bureau should be brought into this picture to help in the investigation for missing persons. Mr. Speaker, as I support my dear brother from Bukurugu, I will say I'm grateful for the opportunity to contribute to this statement. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Yes, Honourable Dr. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise in solidarity with my brother, the Honourable MP for Bunkpurugu Yinyu, as Bunkpurugu constituency, as he shed light on the matters that are affecting people in the Bunkpurugu constituency. Mr. Speaker, Bunkpurugu constituency is part of the Northeast region where I come from, and it's only well and good that matters that affect them are issues of national importance, and I'll commend the Speaker and the leadership of the House for admitting to the statement or admitting to the Honourable Member taking the statement to highlight the issues that the people are facing. Mr. Speaker, these occurrences are way too many to be, if you like, to be mere coincidence. We have somehow a consistent pattern where people are missing. Mr. Speaker, human being is too, if you like, is too visible to be missing. In other words, human being is said that is not just any animal that will get into wilderness and you not know where the person has gone into. So when we have occurrence of such matters within and amongst our people, within the vicinity, it calls for concern. Mr. Speaker, I also think that part of this occurrence is due to the fact that security and surveillance system within that particular enclave is so bad, is so poor, in the sense that even police presence within the Bunkpurugu, not just the Bunkpurugu constituency, but several other constituencies in the region, is so bad that when these matters happen, even real-time reporting for the security services to take action is not there. So as much as I support the call for the National Commission for Civic Education and also calling on the Ghana Police Service to, whilst acknowledging the logistical constraint, to do something about this issue, I also want to urge the Minister responsible for Interior to, as a matter of fact, intensify community police engagement. Because you see, most of these people you will find, or some of these people you will find out that before they get missing, they will have had some social issues. I remember cases of being reported in my constituency in the past of a missing person. Mr. Speaker, that person had some mental challenges. and the person actually went out and then could not be traced again. Similar things could happen to other people, whereas other cases are actually genuine cases of kidnapping. It has happened in my constituency before, where a young lady was declared missing. Meanwhile, she has been kidnapped to Kumasi, and the family did not know where we could locate her. But thanks to the diligence of the police service in the Walewale constituency and the West Mampuse district, we were able to locate that. And these occurrences are across the country, Mr. Speaker. Today, we are only talking about Bunkurugu. I'm sure in several other constituencies we have reported cases. It's not a suggestion of wider insecurity in the country, Mr. Speaker, but there are isolated cases that I think we have to advert our minds to address it. So, Mr. Speaker, I will join my colleague to call on the minister responsible for Interior, especially the agency, the Ghana Police Service or the service under him, to treat these cases and to resurrect the court cases. Mr. Speaker, little is heard about that. In other jurisdictions, you have cases that have been, called for the past 20 years, especially in the USA, but diligent investigation will lead to unraveling the circumstances surrounding those particular cases. Mr. Speaker, I think that if there's a need for parliamentary support for that particular unit so that we can bring finality. We know the law is common that for a person to be declared dead, the person should have been missing for 7 years and there will be diligent search. Without diligent search, Mr. Speaker, you cannot declare the person dead. So it means that of all the cases we have had in the past of missing cases, until such time we intensify search for these people and we are not able to get them, we can't declare them as dead, even though 7 or more years would have passed. So, Mr. Speaker, I will want to join my colleague and I want to thank you once again for the opportunity and to say that we have to do something to solving the misery of our people. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you to our member. Yes.